My name is Maxine Holloway, and I am here to shoot with Maggie Mayhem for Queer Porn TV. For me personally, what makes me queer is I'm attracted to a variety of genders. I want to fuck a lot of genders. I want to be romantic with a lot of genders. I think being queer is like a beautifully confusing thing. And what makes me queer is kind of this constant evolving and changing to who and what I'm attracted to and how I want to fuck. A lot of what being queer means to me is being really sex positive and open, and just kind of open to so many ideas of what's hot and what's sexy and what turns us on and what gets us going. I think like I always wanted to be in porn. Like when I was 18, I tried to start this business online where I was like selling my internet or selling my underwear on the internet but like just didn't have like the education about like what porn could be, but there was always just something really fascinating and exhilarating to me about the idea of pornography. But I didn't really have words for that yet. It was really until I came to San Francisco when I started to kind of learn how creative and amazing and actually accessible porn could be for me and for me to be in it. So it kind of took me finding the San Francisco porn community and the queer porn community for me to really like take the steps to get involved. How about a lack of no underwear best describes my sexual personality. Maybe that and a push-up bra, because their push-up bras are like fun and bouncy, and no underwear is a little scandalous and dirty. Yes, I do identify as a femme, and I love being femme. It's like, I mean, yeah, there's like the hair and the makeup and the fun clothes, and I like enjoy the fuck out of all those things, and the heels, especially the heels. But it's also about like just being really in touch and comfortable with your femininity and owning that, and kind of for me it's like presenting it in a really strong way, like, and just like being so comfortable and strong in being feminine, whether that's like what you wear, how you display your breasts, little, you know, tighter dresses, the arch in your back, your mannerisms, how you speak, like all of that expresses, it's like your gender expression. And just like being in touch with that and celebrating it is another way for me to be in touch with my sexuality and who I am and what I want and what I desire. Like like presenting yourself as like a very feminine woman, and also simultaneously showing that femininity, being satisfied and getting what they want and desire, I think is very empowering, because, you know, not all the time in history have women been satisfied sexually or even in their life in general. So I feel like representing someone very feminine, being really in control and really in touch with their sexuality is really important. And then also, like, I know like during sex, like I love, like, you know, playing with my hair and like being a little coy, and some of these very traditional feminine ways like make me hot and horny and make me feel desirable and desired. Maxine Holloway's persona is, she's like kind of like this buxom vixen, big hair, kind of little retro feel to her. And she isn't that different than a I don't want to say the real me, because part of her is the real me, but like, she's not that different than I guess I was before I used that name. But she's definitely a little more, I guess, like forward, and it kind of like makes me feel like a little more aggressive and sure as Maxine. Some of my turn-ons are, I love hair pulling. I like some light choking to moderate, not so light choking. Slapping. I like kind of like really like, I like rough sex. It doesn't always have to be rough, but I just like lots of like visceral touching and I guess, yeah, rough. I do like it rough. I take it back. I like a lot of toys. I'm a big fan of strap-ons and butt plugs and the Hitachi. I probably use way too much, but I can't ever stop. And like dirty bad things that like you're not supposed to be doing always turn me on, like thinking about affairs and secret loves and just kind of taboo things always get me going, make me a little wet. I love how women feel, I love how women fuck. I feel like I'm like really lucky, like through porn I get to fuck a lot of other hot femme women, which I think is awesome, and to have that opportunity because I don't feel like it happens all the time. I just like, I like how they smell, I like how they taste, I like how soft their lips are. I like how well I feel like they can make me come in such a different way because they have the same parts in a way, like there's just like a different relationship with my vagina to their vagina that's real sweet and delicious and nice. Biggest misconception that I would like to correct. I think like being in porn, when you tell people that, if they're not kind of familiar with porn already, there's this immediate like, I mean in San Francisco it's like, oh that's cool, but you can tell they're just like a little freaked out and scared for you. So I would like everyone to know that like being in porn is a choice and it's wonderful and I love doing it. I'm not forced into doing this and it makes me really happy. I think also as a femme woman, sometimes people perceive like I just feel like it's interesting, like walking around daily life, like I don't necessarily look queer or different, so in some ways I recognize the type of privilege that gives me, but in other ways like I just wish the queers would hit on me a little more, like I don't know what I gotta do. So I do feel like people representing people's sexualities being a positive and a good thing is really important, and it doesn't happen enough. So a lot of why I do porn is to show sex being a really positive and wonderful thing that you don't have to be scared of and not talk about. I think sex education is hugely important. I'm currently getting certified in sex education and HIV/STI prevention, and I'm hoping then to use porn as a vessel to kind of get that message out, because I just really feel like for me porn has made me feel a lot more comfortable with my sexuality and wants and desires, and not just porn, like my art and photography in general, but that has kind of evolved into what I do with porn. So I just feel like that's a big component of what keeps me wanting to keep performing and wanting to keep making films and spreading the sex positive queer message.